Blog post time! Tons of actionable information in this blog post. There's some currency that is changing, expiring, all kinds of stuff. Stores being converted and changed around. More things are going into the shop credits. This has been one of the more interesting and important blog posts that we've had in a long time, and it required quite a bit of clarification from Pathfinder. So big shout out to Pathfinder for helping us out today to get accurate, actionable information to the community. Let's get into it. Greetings, Commander. Here's your battle plan from August 2nd through August 8th. August 4th, which is Monday, we're going to get a battle pass. Broken King week 1, so that is going to be Blastar. Cosmic Raid, which is an event, not a new raid. Azazel, or I like to call him Evil Nightcrawler. Azazel becomes available on Monday, and then Sebastian Shaw Unleashed. And we've got some information that's somewhat confusing towards the end of the video about Sebastian Shaw. Franklin Richards is added to the Antimatter store, so that is going to be the Chapter 2 currency. Similar to that was Intel, was the Chapter 1 currency. Accursed Diamond Orbs and Accursed Diamond Credits are leaving the Elite store. So that is something that I did right now because I was sitting on 200 here. So I was able to buy a 2 diamond hood, which doesn't matter that much right now because I do not have any of them at 7 red or 7 yellow for that matter. But I did have 2 diamond here and 2 diamond there. So I was able to get a 2 diamond hood. So do that now. If you're sitting on this green currency, don't hold on anymore. Go into the store right now and buy the cursed diamonds if you're sitting on that currency. That's going to be changing on the 7th. Cursed diamond orbs and cursed diamond credits are leaving the Elite store. Knull finale. We're going to talk about that. This is going to be the first opportunity to get a 7 yellow and then also red on Knull. And there are going to be massive changes to the Knull boss fight to circumvent the Mephisto bug glitch, whatever it is, exploit, whatever you want to call it, and an 8-minute timer. Now let's get into it. Age of Annihilus Chapter 2. Battle against Annihilation intensifies as Age of Annihilus continues in Chapter 2. The Broken King, launching on the 4th. Chapter 2 introduces a new legendary character, a fresh chapter trait, a special chapter store with exclusive currency and much more. Here's everything you need to know. Broken King. We're rolling out the red carpet for Chapter 2 legendary character Blastar. Play every day in Chapter 2 to unlock Blastar and power him up to 7 yellow stars. You're in Blastar shards similar to Quasar through completing command center objectives throughout the chapter. Conquers. The featured trait during Chapter 2 will be Conquer. So this is very similar to that of Harbinger. Make sure to unlock and power up these squads to progress through Chapter 2 experience. The first of these squads are the Fantastic Four MCU and the new Hellfire Club. Be on the lookout for more teams to come through Chapter 2. So Fantastic Four MCU is the first team for the Conquerors. This is in the same way that Vigilante was grandfathered into the Harbinger, and then the 3 teams came out throughout the first chapter. Same thing is going to be happening with Conquerors. I'm pretty sure the Harbinger tag was just temporary. My guess is it'll probably leave the game. Blastar Red Stars, similar to Quasar, you'll earn Blastar Red Stars throughout Chapter 2 through any invasion event. We'll have more details as we approach the first Blastar invasion event, so stay tuned. So the yellow stars on Blastar should remain similar, but there was a Strike Time video where they were talking about Quasar, and at the time the max we could get was 6 red stars on Quasar, and RJ, the head of there at Marvel Strike Force, said that they weren't fully satisfied with the amount of the community that had the red stars on Quasar. So there are going to be some changes to the way that Blastar red stars. More will be found out in a future post, but I know that they seem to imply they were going to make it easier. Now, this is some good news right here as well. The Chapter 2 store currency is antimatter, and you'll spend it in the antimatter store. We want to get even more chapter currency in your hands during the Broken King, so expect to see more antimatter available than intel from Chapter 1. This is good. Just make sure you grab it from the command center throughout Chapter 2. The majority of antimatter from War, Raid, and Cosmic Crucible will relocate to the command center instead of being in the season lead and completion rewards. And so this is where we're going to get Antimatter from the command center objectives throughout chapter 2 and use it in Antimatter store to acquire character shards for chapter 2 characters, crimson gear pieces, character diamonds, purple ISO and resources, and more. And pretty quickly, Franklin will be in this store. Now, they're going, not only are they going to give us more of this currency, they're going to tweak and reduce the costs to the following: Gear Tier 20 trading modules, Gear Tier 19 T4 ability materials, purple ISO, awakened ability materials. This is all good news. In addition to that, they're going to have more options for quantities. For example, I'll just give a quick example. Like if it's had 5 G20 pieces for 40,000 intel back then, now there's going to be more options, perhaps like a 10 Gear Tier 20 pieces for 80,000. The ratio will be the same, but the numbers will vary from refresh to refresh, which is every 8 hours. Now, this is where things get tricky, and I've got some good news. If you haven't already, make sure you spend the rest of your Chapter 1 intel. The Chapter 1 intel store leaves for good on August 13th. And on that date, all of your remaining intel will be converted to shop credits, a ratio of 1 to 1.1. For 99% of the community, this conversion of intel to shop credits is not favorable to you. Spend your intel now. Run, don't walk. Get rid of it as quickly as possible. You don't want to be sitting on millions of intel and have it convert to shop credits. I mean, there might be a small percentage of the community that likes shop credits, but for most veteran players that have tens of millions of shop credits, this is not going to be useful. Also retiring, listen up, also retiring and converting more game mode store currencies on the 13th. Conversion rates are as follow: Alliance credits converted to shop credits at a ratio of 2 to 1. Ultra credits converted to shop credits at a 1.5 to 1 ratio. Battle World credits converted to T3 ISO 8 credits at a 10 to 1 ratio. And then they give the ominous warning of, just like your intel, be sure to spend Alliance credits, Ultra credits, and Battle World credits before the conversion date. So a lot of conversation about what this means. Now, here's the thing. We did get some confirmation from Pathfinder that the Ultra store will remain the same. And for a lot of people, this is going to be access to the Thunderbolts team, which was just added there, right? And so we did get confirmation from Pathfinder to say, orbs are staying, Ultra store isn't going away, just converts to shop credits. So hopefully that the cost will remain similar so that we'll get good value there. Now, this is good news. This is good news right now, is the Ultimus Orb does have in very small quantities the Thunderbolts. And it was kind of expensive to, let's say, convert large amounts of Blitz credits into Ultimus credits, then to open Ultimus Orbs, and then get a very small amount of Thunderbolts. And we're hoping that when this currency right here, the Ultra currency, goes away, then as soon as a character is added to the Ultimus Orb, which is in the bump cycle, just like Thunderbolts was just happened there, you know, for the players that are sitting on tens of millions of shop credits, should be relatively easy to max out those characters to 7 yellow. So there's a couple things we don't know. We don't know if the cost of this is going to be very high or if it's going to stay in that 2,000 range. I mean, is it going to go up to 100,000? Are they going to start delaying characters in going into the Ultimus Orb, like the bump cycle? Because this will speed up access for veteran players to getting to 7 yellows. I mean, maybe a month or two faster. So we did get confirmation. He said the orbs are staying because I, at one point, was pretty certain that the orbs are going to be going away. And then we would have a different plan, maybe run, don't walk right now. If this is not true, but my understanding is, then maybe there would be some need for converting, you know, shop currency into Blitz orbs, getting some gold and some Ultimus food, and then getting our Accursed done today. Now, Battle World, oh, this is not great. So Battle World is essentially going away. And so this is where I was getting like Songbird and Victoria Hand, and this 900,000 right here will be converting to ISO 8 credits. So perhaps that's good for people that are still trying to get Odin, right? I guess because that's the major bottleneck to getting Odin with ISO 8 credits. But I think a lot of people are there if they're veteran players. So I feel like this is kind of ending the ISO 8 bottleneck to some degree from the way I see it. Of course, we're heading into T3 and T4, Purple 4 and Purple 5, which is going to be probably the next bottleneck. And I would not be surprised if there was some sort of Odin-ish character before Annihilus that was based off of getting the characters up to Purple 5. We'll have to see. The reward sources for the above currencies will also change, with something happening prior to August 13th. Alliance credits will be rewarded from Alliance gifts and will change to shop credits. Let's stop right there. One of the things that I'm guessing will happen, and that's what we get for guessing, is that Alliance credits, which are used for Stark Tech. So the idea is there that you'll be able to buy Stark Tech with shop currency, which is kind of interesting, right? That's interesting. Other thing too is I have not been doing this, but because this is going away, I'm going to start buying these Elite 4 credits every 8 hours at shop reset. I will be buying them. I wish I'd been doing it early, because this essentially is going away and it's going to be converted into something that's not as useful, which is the shop credits. So when you come across the Elite 4 credit store, do that. So the three things that I suggest so far in this video before we move on to the other parts is go into the Elite store and convert whatever you need right there. Buy your accursed diamonds in the Battle World store. If you're looking for characters, buy that, cycle through that, get through there, get your Thunderbolts, whatever you need out of there, because after this, it's going to be purple. And then on a daily basis, every 8 hours, so 3 times a day, buy your Elite 4 credits if you have an abundance of Alliance credits. And then when this all converts, I personally will be depending on the ratio of this for Ultimus credits to Ultimus orbs, once this is all shop credits and I'm sitting on, tens of millions of shop credits, then I'll be able to buy Ultimus orbs and finish off my curse. That's the plan going forward. All right. There's going to be a consolidation of the legacy credit store. We'll get to that here in a sec. Stark Tech costs will be converted Alliance credits to shop credits. Battle World credits awarded in Battle World convert to T3 ISO 8 credits and combined to end of siege rewards. Each duplicate character shard will convert to shop credits instead of ultra credits. All right, legacy credit store. Introduction of legacy store was also slated for chapter 2. We'd be consolidating items from our game mode store as we phase out and where you spend shop credits. Be on the lookout for more information and key dates. Simply what that means is we've got all these legacy stores right here. Go away offers right here, when that that's shop credits. That's shop credits, that's shop credits, and that should be consolidated down into one store or less stores. Going to be called the Legacy Credit Store, because right now we've got multiple tabs that all use the same currency. So I'm not going to read this right here because this was in the deadline from yesterday's video, but I do want to read the changes for the Knull boss update. 7 yellow star Knull. Prepare for the next siege on Battleworld, the next siege on Battleworld. The deployment begins on August 5th and will be the most important date, as the Knull shards you can earn will allow commanders to upgrade the King in Black to 7 yellow stars for the first time. Coordinate with your alliance now and make sure you're ready to take advantage of this opportunity. I just got to say, Carnage is pretty scary. The Carnage that he summons with the special, and he hits, he slaps, and I'm curious to see what that looks like when we have a 7 yellow. Now we're going to get access to a 7 red, which is a little bit further down. Now, changes to Knull and the Knull boss fight. Of course, there's going to be some version of Battleworld 2.0, which is going to be Sentry, but they're making some changes to Knull. There was a severe problem with Mephisto on the Astral team, where if you removed Doctor Strange and you put in Mephisto, Mephisto would just run for hours and hours, and you can get like 2 billion points. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. Savvy commanders have crafted squad combinations and strategies that eliminated boss Knull many times during a boss fight, resulting in an extremely long boss fights. Yeah, hours, overnight, 15, 16 hours, many hours. To reduce boss fight times, we're bringing back the boss fight combat timer, maxing out a battle at 8 minutes. To further help with battle times, we're buffing Boss Knull's kit to make him more lethal and tougher to battle. Basic updates: if this character has 10 or more rage, gain +1 rage. Ultimate updates: if this character has 50 more rage, reduce the duration of all the positive effects on all enemies by 10, and that will eliminate the death proofs. And that was what was creating the problem of why the fights were going so long, is that the death proofs, he couldn't get rid of the death proofs, and they would just sit at 1 health, and it would just loop with Mephisto. Passive updates: updated the rage that Knull would gain on allied symbiote turn and death to 2, and the boss Knull is now immune to slow. So we'll have to see what that means. I'm guessing that just a full astral on auto will be sufficient, but we will see. More chapter currency to compensate with increased boss fight difficulty. We're adding some antimatter to Battle World rewards. Keep up the fight against Knull to make progress in your roster. More rewards, less time. Sounds like a W to me. We'll have to see. Now, the 7 red. Knull's power is set to grow with the arrival of his 7th red star. Complete objective each week to gain progress towards this multi-week event that culminates in earning 7th red star on Knull and final red star. The event will be open to all players regardless of yellow star status of your Knull, and will also award antimatter. Check the command center for your weekly objective and make sure you don't miss a day to ensure you don't get left behind with by the competition. Begin your hunt for Knull's 7th red star on August 8th, and it was like Blitz with Knull, and it was super simple. We'll have to see if this is different. I think they would have stated if it was that. I suspect it'll be different. So, lots and lots of speculation about Sebastian Shaw being epic because of some confusing text inside of the data mine. Now, Sebastian Shaw is not epic. You can look in game, he's not epic. Pathfinder has said that he's not epic. It does not look like he is gonna be super epic or partially epic. I'm not sure, but there's some confusing text here, which is generous or punishing, and you'll have to decide for yourself, and I'll kind of talk us through it. The Black King himself, Sebastian Shaw, is making grand entrance to Chapter 2 with a special opportunity. Woo, spend some money. You can earn his red stars and get a head start of recruiting him with money just by playing. Here's how. Well, it says just by playing. You get a discount. All right, the event starts and it runs for 3 weeks and 5 dates. How to participate: collect Hellfire rings through gameplay to progress and hit milestones in weekly Unleashed milestone events. Play Cosmic Crucible any team and play raids during the Uncanny Avengers team. Okay. Rewards: red stars on Sebastian Shaw. A heavily discounted offer to unlock Sebastian Shaw available at the event conclusion. Why, thank you, Scopely, for giving me an opportunity to spend money. How nice are they? Holy moly. A discounted offer. This, I don't know if we've ever seen this before, so it's kind of confusing. Keep in mind that Sebastian Shaw will revive and become available through offers, orbs, and events, just like the previous characters of Chap 1. Now, that seems like if you just want to move forward through your normal free-to-play way, orbs, right? Hopefully those are the orbs. I'm guessing those are the orbs that you can purchase with power cores. If you can't buy them with power cores, the power core orbs, I think this is terrible. Unleashed is your chance to earn a discount on an exclusive offer. Power up Sebastian Shaw with red stars and earn a discount with this event. Now, I think there's 2 ways to interpret this. Maybe this is a dolphin friendly, a light spender friendly way of getting a heavily discounted offer on Sebastian Shaw. To me, heavily discounted would mean like $10 for 100 shards and unlock him. That's what that would mean to me. I'm sure that Scopely's got a different idea what that means. I do not know. Now, yeah, that is all fine if one can get him the normal way that free-to-play players get him, by power coring him or something like that. But if the ability to power core him is restricted or reduced, then this is all bad, all bad. So I feel like there's been more than one interpretation of that. Lastly, Raid Sim update. They're no longer getting rid of, no longer punishing people with a 7-day login streak. They're going to keep the Raid Sim option available even if you lose the 7-day login streak. And they're going to have Raid Sim start at level 30 instead of 62, which is, you can get to level 30, I think, within 2 days of opening a new account. Twitch drops again on Monday, and then, of course, today we have Friday Free Game. Let me know what you think about all this. I feel like this blog was generally a win for the community. Let me know if you feel the same way. Bye for now.